Welcome back to Banished with the Hero Party Interview Episode 2. This one covering episodes 3 through 5. And these three episodes pretty much finish up book 1 for the series. Yep. Now there's a variety of things that happen in this episode. Episode 3 basically is up explaining everybody's blessing. In the case of Red, see, pretty much goes a little bit detail, not exactly the full detail of his ability. He doesn't go to everybody else's ability. The fact that, well, Rit is a scout, is a spirit scout, basically all about being free, whatever. And talk about various different carpenter skills, the various different skills. That's most of what episode 3 is. Plus, there's a subplot in these episodes where, basically that the guild. Yes, the guild, some people in the guild, really want Rick to go back being an adventurer, instead of hanging out with Red, who is a D-Link adventurer. First comes basically a guy who I think, from what I can tell by his voice, sounds a lot like David Wade voicing him. Or at least, it can't Patrick Stultz. Stultz has a bit different style of voice than David Wade's. David Wade's, from what I can tell for his voice is a bit deeper than Patrick Stultz is. So, basically, the guy, he knocks on the door, even though they're not open yet. Well, the store anyways. And, of course, we have Red go outside, and, of course, he talks to these basically well-dressed gentlemen who basically really want to talk to Rit. And Rit basically calls them all their bullcrap and tells them, I'm not going back to adventure. I'm basically retired. I'm basically helping out Red now. So goodbye. Don't want to see you again. There is one other time that this does come up, where a thief who believe it or not, Rit is actually familiar with him, where he tries to bribe her in order to get her back to the adventurer, and of course he dares threaten Red, the guy that she loves. She basically doesn't stab him per se. Oh no. She takes the hilt of her sword and basically hit him in the frickin' gut with a damn thing. And basically tells him to never bother her ever again. And it's never bothered her again the rest of these episodes. 4 is simply put, basically, it's the sauna episode. Well, basically, it's one of the best ways to describe it. It's not exactly like a hot tub scene or hot springs. Oh no, this is a sauna. Basically, for this one, and by the way, they do this twice in the episode, where basically you have 3 guys. Basically, you have Red, an elf, and an orc, or actually more like a goblin, who sounds suspiciously, appearance-wise, looks a lot like one of the goblins from Overlord, where they're just relaxing the sauna for a while, and then the elf collapses due to the fact they increase the heat. Yep, and they do something very similar toward the end of the episode, where the org did the same thing too. Oh yeah, by the way, the joke is basically that these guys basically go butt up, which I think is so funny. And of course, the sauna they go to, which is some place that Red likes going to. It turns out the business has been quite slow because of a new sauna opening up for basically rich nobles, and the owner is basically going to have to keep up. By the way, it is brought up the fact that all people who go there, except for Rit, Taka, and I think Red, do not drink alcohol. Everyone else drinks milk. I don't know how it is. Basically, drinking milk basically calms you down. I don't really get it. I mean, I like drinking milk too, but why in the world would I want to drink milk? Because it's fish in a sauna. Maybe it calms your body. I don't have any idea. So the owner is almost like a bartender giving everybody all these beer. So you have Red develops this special herbs to drug people in, like good smell with it. Basically, where it gets from powerful. And then one point in the episode, Red is in the thing by himself, and then get this, Rit and what's her name? Yeah, now, which is so funny. Where they both come in and they're both wearing towels, And of course, Red's like, no, you shouldn't come in here because we get the wrong information. And plus, now you're married. Yeah, and I gotta admit, the guy whoever married her, like, damn, he must be like one lucky guy. Hmm. Yeah, Middow. Basically, her husband is a guy. Hmm. Yeah, which I found to be so hilarious. And of course, you have Red. He just collapses of embarrassment, which I found to be so funny. 5 is a quite interesting episode where it bit of expands upon, well, Red basically during her time with the hero party. Now, this episode does introduce a brand new character to the series. A character by the name of, let's see, where is she? I believe she's in the episode. Iranja. Yes, a beautiful elf woman. Which, of course, Rit thinks because she's a woman, because she hangs around with Gideon, that she might be the one in love with, well, Gideon. She says, nope, I'm not, she's not in love with him. And by the way, this is a little funny little scene where she basically takes Rit to a nearby river to bathe. And of course, they invite Ruti along because she's a woman too. But she declines because of her personality. And of course, everyone decides to relax while they're looking for this, like base or whatever. Actually, look for ways that could bring reinforcements. So, the Alondra and Rit, the Golden River, and of course, they both strip down completely naked. Which I think in the case of Rit, this is probably the second episode in a row you see her naked. Mostly, anyways. Though you don't see any, well, full blown breasts with it per se. And of course, they bathe for a while. And Yolandra easily, and this basically is from the book, mind you. Yes, this did happen in chapter 6. Where she easily points us out, though, Rit is madly in love with Gideon. She basically is embarrassed by it. Of course, they do also point out, though, that she actually gets angry when she gets embarrassed. And yeah, she's in love with him. And this kind of plays a small role in play present day, especially as they get more expanded upon this. Basically, in episode 5, we have Red giving Rit this bracelet with its amber stone, and it's kind of hints that these two are kind of engaged at this point. But we're only at the end of book 1. Now, there's also some things going on with the hero party itself, where Dan is basically not happy with the fact Gideon is not with the party anymore, and he basically calls Ares on his bullcrap, the fact he's a liar, the fact that Gideon was not removed because of his liability, because Ares didn't like him. Because he was jealous of him, because he was Ruti's older brother. So, he says he was going to look for him, and Ruti says, go ahead, go look for him. Yeah, and he has no problem with it at all. He's not in the next episode. And by the way, the assassin woman, she does nothing the whole episode like you see her. By the way, the assassin, who was voiced by Jed Saxton, by the way, yes. Her name is Tisa. Yes, Tisa. She pretty much, I forgot to mention this in the last episode, she has a spider called Crawly Wally. Yes. And she gets a few lines here and there. And over the course of these 5 episodes that she's been around, she's done absolutely nothing. Like, she's shown up, you don't get a chance to see what her abilities are, and not much else to her. We do see also another, I think it's another flashback in episode 5, where, get this, so Ruti does know the fact that Ares is lying about the reason why Gideon left the hero party. So she proceeds to punch a hole in his gut with her bare hand, nearly killing him. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And this kind of plays a role from what I read, reading ahead. This kind of plays a role in the course of the next several books, basically, where Ruti basically is, well, trying to get rid of Ares. Ares is a jerk who basically works with mercenaries. He thinks because he's son of a duke, a failed duke, he thinks he needs to uphold his reputation. By the way, they do not mention this in the anime that he plans to marry Ruti in order to restore his family's reputation. That's really the only reason why he wants her. So he can restore his family's reputation by marrying the hero. I'm sure Ruti herself has no desire to be with him at all because of how much he disrespected her brother. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What's happened, of course, these few episodes. I'm thoroughly enjoying this series, just like I did with World's Finest Assassin. And is this going immediately on my interviews list? No, because I haven't finished watching the series yet, so it's not going to go in the series just yet. Now, I'm not going to head immediately to like for next book of the series, book 2, because I'm reading like at least 3 of the books before then. Right now, I am reading the second volume for The World's Finest Assassin. We're going to take a look at this. Basically, after finished reading this book, I'm reading 2 more books. Basically, next one after that is going to be like the most recent volume of Restaurant in the World, the 3rd volume of this series. Then I read Banished book 2, and at that point, I will catch up with the series at that point. Yep. Excuse me. But I gotta say, so far, when it comes to book 1, they kept a lot in from what I could tell. This one I can't exactly read a lot of it per se because my phone I have is cracked. Yeah, so hopefully by the time I get a chance to read book 2, that, or at least basically hopefully next time I get an actual like digital book that I can actually, read it fully without basically going through a bunch of lines in order to read a book. Yeah. But I do remember some of the stuff that happened in this book per se, but yeah, not much to say about it. It's pretty good. So that's it for particular review. Next one's going to be a review for Comic Corner. Yep. And I think I might have time to do this. I'll probably do Shaman King next after that. Okay, next video. Bye.